Madeline's heart pounded as she stood in the dimly lit kitchen of Cora's apartment, the scent of fresh pizza lingering in the air from the box they'd just opened. Cora, with her usual effortless charm, dropped to one knee right there on the tiled floor, pulling out a small velvet box that caught the overhead light. "Madeline, I can't hide this anymore. Will you marry me?" she asked, her voice trembling with raw emotion. But before Madeline could respond, the door burst open, and Cora's conservative father stormed in, his face twisted in rage, having followed her there after a suspicious call. Madeline froze, her mind reeling from the proposal that had felt like a dream turning into a nightmare in seconds. Cora's father, Mr. Harrington, a stern man in his 60s with a history of unyielding religious beliefs, grabbed his daughter by the arm, yanking her up. "What the hell is this? You're throwing away your life for this. This abomination," he bellowed, his words slicing through the air like knives. Madeline's stomach churned. She'd always known Cora's family was traditional, but this intrusion exposed the fragile bubble they'd built around their love. Inside, Madeline's thoughts raced. How could this be happening? She'd spent years hiding her own feelings, burying them under layers of societal expectations and her family's silent judgments. Her parents, back in their upscale Chicago suburb, had always pushed her toward the right path: a stable job, a husband, children. Coming out wasn't an option. It would mean losing everything, from their approval to the financial safety net they provided. But Cora had been her anchor, the one who made her feel alive. Now, as Mr. Harrington dragged Cora toward the door, Madeline wondered if their love was worth the storm it would unleash. Cora struggled against her father's grip, her eyes locking onto Madeline's with desperate plea. "Dad, stop. This is my life. Our life," she cried, but he wasn't listening. He turned to Madeline, his gaze filled with disgust. You're the one corrupting her. Stay away from my daughter, or I'll make sure everyone knows what you are." The threat hung heavy, and Madeline felt a wave of shame wash over her. She wanted to fight, to pull Cora back, but fear paralyzed her. What if her own family found out? What if she lost her job at the law firm, where whispers of intolerance already circulated? As they left, Cora mouthed "I love you" through tears, the door slamming shut behind them. Madeline sank to the floor, the pizza forgotten, her mind a torrent of conflict. She'd met Cora 2 years ago at a women's networking event in New York, where Madeline had relocated for work. Cora, an outspoken graphic designer, had drawn her in with her bold laugh and unapologetic spirit. Their first dates were stolen moments. Coffee shops, late-night walks. Always careful, always hidden from Madeline's side. But Cora had pushed for more, for openness, and now this proposal had cracked everything wide open. That night, Madeline lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, her thoughts churning. Why did love have to come with such a price? She replayed the scene. Cora's knee on the floor, the ring sparkling, then the chaos. Part of her thrilled at the idea of saying yes, of building a life together. But the other part, the one shaped by years of hearing her mother's subtle digs about those people, and her father's lectures on family legacy, screamed warnings. If she pursued this, she'd be choosing Cora over stability, over the facade she'd perfected. The next morning, Madeline's phone buzzed with a text from Cora. "I'm sorry. He found my journal. Meet me at our spot." Their spot was a quiet bench in Central Park, away from prying eyes. Madeline hesitated, her fingers hovering over the reply. Going meant committing, facing the fallout. Ignoring it meant safety, but at what cost to her soul? She typed back, "I'll be there." As she dressed, she felt the weight of her decision pressing down. This wasn't just about love. It was about who she was willing to become. At the park, Cora waited, her eyes red-rimmed but determined. "He threatened to cut me off, Madeline. No more support, no family gatherings. But I don't care. I choose you." Madeline's heart ached. Cora's family was wealthy, her life cushioned by privilege. Losing it would mean starting over, perhaps even poverty. And what about me? Madeline thought inwardly. My parents would disown me too. I'd be alone. Out loud, she said, "We need to think this through. It's not just us, it's everything." Their conversation stretched into hours, filled with whispers and held hands. Cora argued for freedom, for living authentically. Madeline countered with practicality, the risks too high. Deep down, Madeline envied Cora's courage. She'd always been the cautious one, the planner. But as the sun set, Madeline realized this moment was a crossroads. Saying yes to Cora meant defying her upbringing, embracing the unknown. Saying no meant preserving the lie, but losing the only person who saw her truly. By evening they parted with a tentative plan. Lay low, give Cora time to calm her father. But Madeline's mind wouldn't quiet. Driving home, she pondered the moral tangle. Was it right to hide love for family's sake? Or was denial the greater sin? The questions haunted her, setting the stage for the battles ahead. Weeks passed in a haze of secrecy and tension. Madeline threw herself into work at the law firm, drafting contracts until her eyes blurred. Anything to distract from the gnawing doubt. Cora called daily, her voice a mix of hope and frustration. "We can't keep hiding, Mads. It's killing me." Madeline knew she was right, but the fear of exposure loomed like a shadow. Her sister, Emily, had visited last weekend, casually mentioning their parents' plans for a family reunion. "Mom's already talking about setting you up with that nice guy from church," Emily had said with a wink. Madeline had forced a laugh, but inside she felt like screaming. One afternoon, Madeline's boss, a no-nonsense woman named Ms. Reynolds, pulled her aside. "You've been distracted lately. Everything okay at home?" Madeline nodded quickly, but the question stung. Home. Her apartment felt empty without Cora's presence. They'd agreed to space after the proposal fiasco, but it only amplified the isolation. In her thoughts, Madeline debated. Was this love worth professional ruin? Rumors at the firm about a colleague who'd been outed and quietly demoted lingered in her mind. Cora, meanwhile, faced her own storms. Her father had frozen her accounts, forcing her to crash on a friend's couch. "I'm not backing down," she texted Madeline one night. "But I need you with me." Madeline stared at the message, her heart twisting. She admired Cora's resolve, but it terrified her. What if Cora's defiance inspired her own, only to lead to regret? That evening, Madeline attended a family dinner via video call, her parents beaming from their living room in Illinois. "We're so proud of you, honey," her mother said. "Staying single and focused, smart girl." The praise felt like chains. The turning point came at a charity gala Madeline was obligated to attend. Dressed in a sharp suit, she mingled with colleagues, pasting on a smile. Then across the room she spotted Cora, uninvited, but there as a +1 for a mutual friend. Their eyes met and Cora approached, her dress hugging her figure in a way that made Madeline's pulse race. "We need to talk," Cora whispered, pulling her to a quiet balcony. Under the city lights, Cora laid it bare. "My dad's giving me an ultimatum. Cut you off or lose everything. But I told him no. What about you, Mads? Are you in?" Madeline's mind whirled. This was it, the moment to choose. "I love you," she said, but her voice wavered. "But my family. They'd never understand." Cora's face fell, hurt flashing in her eyes. "So you're choosing them over us?" "Over me." The argument escalated, voices low but intense. Cora accused Madeline of cowardice, of letting fear dictate her life. Madeline shot back, defending her caution as wisdom. "You think it's easy? I've built everything on this facade." Deep inside, Madeline knew Cora was right. Her indecision was a betrayal in itself. As Cora stormed off, Madeline felt a crack in her resolve. Was preserving family ties worth this pain? Days later, Madeline confided in her best friend, Alex, over coffee. Alex, straight and supportive, listened patiently. "Love shouldn't be a secret, Mads. But I get the pressure." His words echoed Cora's, stirring Madeline's conscience. That night, she dreamed of her childhood, of hiding crushes on girls while pretending interest in boys. Waking up, she realized denial had been her companion too long. Emboldened, Madeline called Cora. "Let's meet. I want to try." They reunited at a small cafe, tension thick. Cora was wary, her trust bruised. "No more hiding?" she asked. Madeline nodded, but inwardly doubt lingered. As they planned small steps, telling close friends first, Madeline wondered about the cost. Would her family reject her? Would society label her? The first test came soon. Madeline's mother called, excited about a blind date she'd arranged. "He's perfect for you." Madeline's throat tightened. "Mom, I need to tell you something." But she chickened out, agreeing vaguely. Hanging up, guilt consumed her. How could she promise Cora openness while lying to her family? Cora sensed the hesitation. During a walk in the park, she confronted Madeline. "You're still not all in. I can feel it." Tears welled as Madeline admitted her fear. "What if they disown me? I'm not as strong as you." Cora softened, pulling her close. "We'll face it together." But Madeline's mind raced. Was together enough against the world? As the weeks unfolded, their relationship deepened amid the strain. Cora found freelance work, scraping by without family money. Madeline supported her quietly, but the secrecy weighed heavy. One evening after a long day, Madeline stared at the ring Cora had offered, hidden in her drawer. Putting it on, she felt a surge of possibility and terror. The high came crashing down when Madeline's father suffered a minor heart scare. Rushing to Chicago, she found her family in disarray. Her mother clung to her, whispering, "We need you here, Madeline. You're our rock." The words pierced her. During the hospital visit, her father gripped her hand. "Promise me you'll carry on the family name right. Marry well, have kids." Madeline nodded, tears stinging, but inside rebellion stirred. How could she promise that when her heart belonged to Cora? Back in New York, Cora waited anxiously. "How was it?" she asked over dinner. Madeline hesitated, then confessed the conversation. Cora's face hardened. "So you're still playing their game?" The accusation sparked a fight, words flying like daggers. "I'm trying, Cora. You don't know what it's like," Madeline yelled. Cora shot back. "I do. I lost everything for you." The silence after was deafening, both women wounded. In the aftermath, Madeline's thoughts tormented her. Was Cora right? Had she been selfish, expecting Madeline to sacrifice while she had? No, Cora had chosen freely. But doubt crept in. Madeline began questioning their future. What if love wasn't enough? Society's stares, job discriminations, the realities loomed. A breakthrough came via an unexpected ally. Emily, Madeline's sister. During a phone call, Emily sensed something off. "Spill it, sis." Madeline, exhausted, came out. "I'm in love with a woman." Cora. Silence, then Emily's voice. "I suspected. I'm here for you." Relief flooded Madeline, but Emily warned. "Mom and Dad. It'll be tough." Emboldened by Emily's support, Madeline planned to tell her parents. But fate intervened. Cora's father, unrelenting, contacted Madeline directly. "Stay away from my daughter, or I'll expose you both. I have friends in high places." The threat chilled her. Expose how? To her firm? Her family? Panic set in. Confronting Cora, Madeline demanded answers. "Why didn't you tell me he's escalating?" Cora admitted. "I didn't want to scare you off." Betrayal stung. "So you hid it? Like I'm hiding from my family." The parallel hit hard. Their argument peeled back layers of resentment. Cora confessed her own fears. Losing Madeline to pressure. They reconciled tearfully, vowing transparency. But the damage lingered. Madeline's mind swirled with ethical dilemmas. Was protecting their love justifying lies? Or was truth the only path regardless of pain? As tensions mounted, Madeline faced a work crisis. A client, conservative and influential, hinted at discomfort with alternative lifestyles during a meeting. Madeline wondered if rumors had spread. Paranoia grew. That night, she confided in Cora, who urged, "Come out at work. Own it." But Madeline balked. "I could lose my career." The climax built at a family gathering Madeline couldn't avoid. Flying home, she brought Cora secretly, planning a reveal. But at dinner, her mother announced, "We've set up that date for you." Madeline's resolve cracked. "Actually, I'm seeing someone," she said vaguely. Pressed, she faltered. Cora, waiting in a hotel, texted, "Did you do it?" Madeline lied. "Yes." The deception ate at her. Returning, Cora sensed the truth. "You didn't." Hurt turned to anger. "How can I trust you?" Madeline broke down, admitting fear. "I'm not ready to lose them." Cora's response cut deep. "Then you're losing me." The breakup loomed, but Madeline fought. "Give me time." Cora agreed reluctantly, but the rift widened. Inwardly, Madeline grappled with morality. Was delaying truth a betrayal? Or prudent? Social pressures amplified. Friends whispered, society judged. Madeline attended a pride event with Cora, feeling exposed yet liberated. But spotting a colleague, she panicked, pulling away. Cora's disappointment was palpable. As the file closed, Madeline realized change demanded sacrifice. The question haunted. What price for authenticity? Months into the strain, Madeline hit rock bottom. Her performance at work slipped, earning a warning from Ms. Reynolds. Get it together or you're out. The ultimatum mirrored her personal life. Cora, struggling financially, took a job in another city temporarily. Space might help, she said, but Madeline heard goodbye. Alone, Madeline reflected deeply. Memories flooded. First kiss with Cora, electric and forbidden. The joy contrasted with current pain. Was this the cost of love in a judgmental world? She sought therapy, a neutral space to unpack. The therapist probed. What do you fear most? Madeline whispered. Rejection. Being unlovable. Sessions revealed childhood wounds, her parents' conditional love, tied to conformity. You're choosing their approval over your happiness, the therapist noted. Madeline nodded, tears flowing. Armed with insight, she called Emily for advice. Tell them. I'll back you. Gathering courage, Madeline flew home unannounced. Over coffee, she came out to her parents. I'm gay. I'm in love with Cora. Shock silenced the room. Her mother cried. How could you? Her father stormed out. The rejection crushed her, but Emily hugged her. Give them time. Back in New York, Madeline shared the news with Cora via video. I did it. For us. Cora's eyes lit. Really? But skepticism lingered. What about work? Madeline promised. Next. The reunion was tentative. Cora returned and they rebuilt slowly. But Mr. Harrington struck again, sending a letter to Madeline's firm, outing her anonymously. Whispers spread, clients pulled back. Ms. Reynolds called her in. Is this true? Madeline affirmed, chin high. Yes. Does it matter? Surprisingly, Reynolds supported. Not to me. But be prepared. The backlash came, lost accounts, cold shoulders. Madeline's savings dwindled. Cora faced similar at her job. Together they navigated, but resentment brewed. Your delay caused this, Cora accused one night. Madeline retorted. Your push forced my hand. The fight exposed cracks. Cora's impatience, Madeline's hesitation. A betrayal unfolded when Cora, desperate for money, contacted her father behind Madeline's back. Just a loan, she claimed. But Madeline discovered the call log. You went to him? After everything. Hurt, Madeline questioned trust. Cora defended. For us. To survive. But Madeline saw compromise. The moral quandary deepened. Was survival justifying deals with the devil? Or stubborn pride leading to ruin? They separated briefly, Madeline crashing with Alex. Reflection brought clarity. Love required compromise, but not at integrity's expense. She confronted Cora. No more secrets. Cora agreed, remorseful. Reunited, they faced society head-on. Joining support groups, they found community. But family wounds festered. Madeline's parents went silent. Cora's father disowned her fully. Highs mixed with lows. A promotion for Madeline at a more inclusive firm boosted morale. Cora's art sold, independence growing. But intimacy suffered under stress. Madeline wondered. Could they heal? The turning point. Cora's mother, estranged from her husband, reached out secretly. I support you both. The ally shifted dynamics, offering hope. As tensions eased, Madeline proposed properly, ring in hand. Marry me despite everything. Cora accepted, tears of joy. But shadows remained. Would families reconcile? Society accept? With the engagement, Madeline and Cora plunged into wedding plans, a defiant act against the odds. Venue hunts, dress fittings, each step a victory. But undercurrents of doubt persisted. Madeline's mind often wandered to her parents' silence, the void aching. Do they even care? She thought during quiet moments. Cora, sensing the turmoil, suggested therapy together. Sessions unearthed buried resentments. Cora admitted pushing too hard. Madeline owned her fears. We're stronger for it, the therapist said. But outside society tested them. At a bridal expo, stares and whispers followed. One vendor refused service subtly. Bigots, Cora muttered. Madeline swallowed anger, questioning progress. Family drama peaked when Emily announced her pregnancy, inviting Madeline home. Mom and Dad want to see you. Hope flickered. Arriving tension was thick. Her mother hugged stiffly. Father nodded curtly. We're trying to understand, her mother said. But questions probed. Is this a phase? Madeline stood firm. No, it's me. The visit unearthed old conflicts. Her father confessed fears of judgment from friends, church. It's not just you. It's our world. Madeline empathized but challenged. Change starts with us. Tears flowed, a fragile bridge built. Cora's side evolved too. Her mother attended secretly, defying her ex-husband. I'm proud, she whispered. But Mr. Harrington's absence stung. Cora grappled inwardly. Why can't he accept? As the wedding neared, a crisis hit. Madeline's firm faced a lawsuit from a conservative client claiming bias. Though unfounded, stress mounted. This is the price, Madeline thought, weighing career against love. On wedding day, under a sunny sky, they exchanged vows before friends and partial family. Emily stood as maid of honor. Cora's mother beamed. Madeline's parents attended hesitantly, a step forward. I do, Madeline said, voice steady. Cora echoed, eyes shining. Post-wedding realities set in. Honeymoon bliss faded into daily grinds. Madeline's promotion stalled due to whispers. Cora's art hit slumps. Arguments flared over finances, families. We sacrificed so much, Cora said one night. Madeline nodded. Was it worth it? Growth came through trials. They advocated publicly, joining panels on LGBTQ rights. Stories shared inspired others but invited backlash, hate mail, online trolls. Madeline's resolve hardened. We won't hide. Years passed in the narrative's close, their bond tested but enduring. Families mended slowly. Society shifted incrementally. But scars remained, reminders of choices. In the end, Madeline reflected on the journey. From that shocking proposal to this hard-won peace. Love had demanded everything. Truth over comfort, courage over fear. Was betraying one's family for personal happiness ever truly justified?